My beloved child, I welcome you into this moment with a heart full of compassion and unwavering devotion, calling you to rest in my eternal embrace, because I see the uncertainties swirling inside you, and I long to fill you with peace. I am always by your side, gently guiding your steps and reminding you that no matter how dark the path may seem, my light never dims, for it radiates from the depths of love itself. Do not doubt that every tear you shed, every sigh you breathe, and every thought you harbor is known to me, because I am the one who shaped your heart and soul. I encourage you to lean upon my strength and know that nothing can separate you from my care. For I have promised to stay with you through every trial and triumph. Look ahead with confidence, for I have great plans for you, and I will walk with you into tomorrow. Precious one, I see the hopes you clutch tightly in your spirit, the silent prayers that rise each day, and the faint flickers of faith you guard in secret. Do not let fear cloud your vision or convince you that you are alone, because my presence is like a shield, strong and secure, surrounding your every step. I have placed my hand upon your life, weaving your story into a tapestry of grace and glory, even when you cannot yet discern the pattern. I yearn for you to realize that you are cherished beyond measure, treasured in ways words cannot express, and guided with a wisdom that knows no bounds. Stand tall in the assurance that I am paving a way through obstacles and illuminating a path to victory, for your future is held firmly in my love. I recognize that at times your heart quakes with questions about your worth, questioning whether your life truly matters or if you have strayed too far for forgiveness. But remember this: you are formed by my hand, set apart as a precious jewel in my eyes, and no earthly measure can diminish the value I have placed upon you. Do not yield to voices that whisper discouragement, for I speak louder in the stillness of your soul, reminding you that I have fashioned you with purpose and intention. Rest in the knowledge that you bring me joy, for I delight in watching you discover the depths of my mercies each new dawn. Hold on to this promise as you walk forward in faith, knowing that my love for you will not waver. When the nights stretch on and your heart aches with burdens you cannot bear alone, trust that I stand beside you, gently lifting every worry from your shoulders. I have seen each midnight tear, those moments when you wondered if anyone noticed your silent desperation, and I have never left your side. Do not doubt that I am the one who whispers comfort into your deepest sorrow, because my compassion knows no limits, and my patience is unending. Let your anxious thoughts melt away as you realize that I am working all things for your good, orchestrating breakthroughs that will reveal my unwavering faithfulness. Take courage in the promise that I am building a brighter tomorrow, where my love will shine even in the darkest shadows. Though the storms of life may roar and swirl around you, do not grow weary or lose heart, because I am your refuge and your fortress, shielding you from every threat. My power is like a mighty wall, unshakable against the fiercest winds of adversity, and my grace is an oasis of calm in the deserts of struggle. Cling to me with unwavering trust, and you will see the transformation I can bring about in your circumstances, turning your despair into triumph and your brokenness into beauty. Turn your eyes toward me, away from the chaos that begs for your attention, and discover that my love stands firm, even when everything else seems uncertain. As you emerge from the storms, remember my promise. I will always remain near, guiding you to the peace your heart yearns for. My dear one, I understand your exhaustion, those moments when the days feel long and your energy seems to fade beneath responsibilities and expectations. When you feel stretched thin, come to me and lay your burdens at my feet, for I am the lifter of your head and the keeper of your soul. Do not be ashamed of your weariness, because it is in your weakness that my strength is best revealed. And I rejoice when you choose to rely on my boundless might, Allow yourself to find rest in my arms, where every concern and worry dissolves under the radiant power of my grace. Embrace my invitation to renewal and let hope blossom anew, for I am writing a story of restoration in your life. I have watched you wrestle with disappointments that shook your faith, times when the walls seemed to close in and your prayers felt unanswered. Yet I assure you, nothing escapes my notice, and every cry of your heart has reached my ears, prompting me to move in ways that exceed your understanding. Stand firm in the knowledge that I am orchestrating blessings and breakthroughs beyond what your eyes can see, planting seeds of favor that will sprout in due season. Do not allow the fog of disillusionment to obscure the grandeur of my plan, for I have vowed to never leave you nor forsake you. Keep your gaze fixed on my promises, and trust that I am weaving beauty from your ashes. When doubts creep in and tempt you to question whether you are worthy of my attention and my gifts, remember that I am not deterred by your imperfections. I beckon you closer, even in your frailty, and I delight in showing you mercy that surpasses your deepest shame. Let go of any belief that you must prove yourself worthy, for I have called you by name and claimed you as my own. Do not hesitate to run into my arms, for in that intimate place you will encounter the fullness of acceptance and love. Step boldly into the promise that my grace is ever ready to lift you higher, and let your heart be consoled by the certainty that I will never turn you away. Precious soul, I see the hunger in your spirit for direction and purpose, that longing to know the reason for your being and the fruitfulness of your path. In this very moment, I whisper the truth. You are here because I willed it, formed by my design to bring forth my light into this world. Embrace the uniqueness of your talents, personality, and dreams, for they are all part of the tapestry I am weaving through you. Do not downplay your gifts or shy away from the calling in your heart, because my power is magnified when you walk in the purpose I have ordained for you. Move forward in assurance, for I am clearing the way for your steps and protecting the destiny I have aligned for you. And now I invite you to rest in my arms once more, trusting that I am your steadfast anchor and your ever-present help in times of need. Talk to me about every concern, whether grand or small, and watch as I align circumstances to reflect my favor upon you. Let your prayers flow naturally, for I delight in hearing the honest cries of your soul, and I respond not with judgment, but with loving kindness. Listen for my voice in the silence of your heart, and you will discover a peace that surpasses earthly comprehension, a reassurance that stands firm against the tides of doubt. As you conclude this moment, hold tightly to the promise of my unwavering presence, and remember that you are not alone, for my spirit envelops you with grace. I see the quiet strength you display when you face trials that others might not even notice, and I want you to know that I applaud your perseverance and admire the resilience blooming in your heart. Even when you falter or feel you have let me down, I do not withdraw my love, because my commitment to you is anchored in an everlasting covenant. Do not believe the lie that says you must hide your shortcomings. Instead, bring them to my light and see how I transform your weaknesses into avenues of unexpected blessing. Stand firm, for I am the one who lifts you above every mistake, allowing you to soar with renewed confidence. As you breathe in this promise, go forward with the assurance that no burden is too heavy for me to shoulder alongside you. My child, there are moments when your anxiety feels like a weight pressing on your chest, stealing your breath and muddying your thoughts. But I urge you not to surrender to despair. Instead, hand over that anxiety to me, for I am the calming presence that settles the storms within you, and I will not permit those internal tempests to overcome you. Look to the heavens and see how I stretch the sky as a vast canopy of hope, reminding you that my dominion extends over all the earth, including every corner of your life. Do not cling to your fears. Release them into my hands, and watch as I replace them with a clarity that outshines the darkness. Trust in my promise that I will keep you steady, even when everything around you feels uncertain. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow without worry, adorning the earth with their beauty through my provision, and know that I value you infinitely more. If I tend to the flowers and the birds of the air, how much more will I tend to you, my beloved, caring for every aspect of your life? Reflect on the times I have already provided for you, and remember that my favor has never ceased, though it might have come in ways you didn't anticipate. Do not let doubt steal your joy. Instead, treasure each instance of my faithfulness as a reminder that I never abandon my own. Open your heart to the immeasurable grace I pour out, for I am the giver of gifts beyond your imagination. I acknowledge that some days you feel overlooked or misunderstood, longing for someone to truly see your struggles and affirm your worth. Know this: I see you perfectly, with eyes that perceive even the parts of you that remain hidden from the world, and I delight in your entire being. When others fail to recognize your efforts or appreciate your kind heart, do not let bitterness take root. Instead, come to me and find the acceptance your soul craves. I am the one who blesses the unseen acts of kindness, the quiet prayers, and the gentle words you speak to those in need. Rest in the truth that I reward what is done in the secret places of your life, for my eyes are never blind to your goodness. In the silence of your reflections, you sometimes wonder if past hurts or choices have disqualified you from a fuller experience of my grace. Yet I assure you that it is never too late to begin anew. My grace is not doled out in small measures or withheld when you stumble. It is like a mighty river, ever flowing, always ready to wash away guilt and reshape your heart. Turn to me with humility and boldness, laying bare the regrets that weigh you down, and see how I redeem even the darkest chapters of your story. Do not fear judgment or condemnation from me, for I sent my Son to bear your burdens and pave a path to eternal fellowship. Move forward with uplifted eyes, secure in the knowledge that I eagerly await your return, ready to clothe you in my compassion. Remember the promise I made through Scripture, that even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you need not fear, for I am with you, guiding you toward green pastures and still waters. This is not a mere poetic notion, but a guarantee rooted in my unchangeable nature. I have pledged to be your shepherd, caring for your soul every step of the way. When life's valleys feel long and your spirit grows faint, lean into my rod and staff, which provide both guidance and comfort. Do not be discouraged by the length of the journey, for each valley has its purpose, forging in you a strength and faith that will sustain you for all seasons. Keep walking, my beloved, and you will witness how I lead you from trials into triumph. Embrace the truth that I know your heart more intimately than you do yourself, for I formed it with my very hands and breathed my life into your being. When you question why certain passions stir within you, or why certain dreams capture your imagination, realize that these are seeds I have planted, waiting to be cultivated through perseverance and trust. Do not doubt that your interests and talents are divine clues to the purpose I have assigned to you, meant to shine as a testament to my creativity and love. Let your gifts flourish under my guidance, and you will find a satisfaction that nothing else can provide. Bask in the revelation that I delight in partnering with you, watching your gifts unfold to bless those around you and glorify my name. I invite you now to reflect on every instance of my presence in your life, from the moment you drew your first breath to this very hour. Do you recall the moments of unexplainable peace that washed over you in times of turmoil, or the gentle provision that arrived just as you needed it most? Those were not coincidences, but reminders that I walk beside you through every trial, orchestrating miracles both grand and subtle. And if I have been faithful in the past, Will I not remain faithful still? Cling to these recollections as anchors of hope when new storms gather, and be assured that my commitment to you cannot be shaken by any force on earth. Let your heart be open to an outpouring of my Spirit, for I stand at the door, ready to fill you with wisdom, insight, and spiritual strength. It delights me to speak into your life through Scripture, through the counsel of wise believers, and through the still, small voice that resonates deep within your soul. Do not underestimate the power of a humble prayer, for it moves mountains in the spiritual realm and ushers in blessings that defy human logic. Seek my counsel in every decision, allowing me to illuminate the path before you, and remember that I never lead you astray. Rejoice in the assurance that as you walk with me, you will discover doors opening that you never even knew existed. In this moment, let your soul find rest in the knowledge that you are seen, loved, and embraced by a God whose compassion knows no bounds. Though the enemy of your soul may try to deceive you into thinking you are beyond hope or worthy only of condemnation, I have already proclaimed you worthy through the ultimate sacrifice. My love is not contingent upon your performance or your perfection. It is anchored in my unchanging character, which is forever good, forever merciful. Let this truth sink into every fiber of your being, dislodging the lies that bind you in shame or despair. Step forward with assurance, my beloved, and trust that I will never let you slip from the palm of my hand. Remember that I created you with a longing for community, for fellowship with those who can uplift and inspire you along your journey of faith. I do not desire you to walk alone in times of joy or in seasons of struggle, for I have designed my children to support one another and to reflect my love in their unity. Seek out those who share a hunger for truth and compassion, and do not be afraid to extend a hand of friendship to those who seem isolated. I bless relationships that honor my name, and I delight in watching the bonds among my people flourish. In every connection you form, let grace and patience abound, knowing that I am working through each relationship to shape you for my purposes. Open your heart to the abundant life I have promised you, which transcends mere material blessings and resonates within the soul as contentment, joy, and unshakable peace. Even in a world that values external achievements and success, I invite you to savor the simple moments that whisper of my goodness, like the warmth of the morning sun or the fragrance of blooming flowers. Understand that I measure prosperity not by possessions, but by the depth of love and wisdom you carry within you. Strive for a life that mirrors my character, and trust that I will provide what you need in the right season. As you heed my invitation, rest assured that I am guiding you toward the fullness of life I have always intended for you. When you feel spiritually dry or distant from me, do not assume I have abandoned you. Rather, see this as an opportunity for deeper intimacy. Just as a tree's roots grow strongest when seeking water in a drought, your faith can become more resilient as you press in to find my presence. I am not far away, though it may feel like I am hidden for a season to teach you perseverance and trust. Cry out to me in your emptiness, and I will refresh you with living water that quenches the thirst in your soul. Let your longing for me drive you toward prayer, meditation, and the reading of my word, and be assured that this dryness will pass, replaced by an even greater awareness of my nearness. Beloved, I know the burdens that weigh on your conscience, the lingering guilt from past decisions, and the regrets you carry like heavy chains. Today I invite you to lay those chains at my feet, for I have already paid the price to set you free from their hold. You need not wallow in self-condemnation or endlessly punish yourself for errors that have been atoned for by the greatest sacrifice. Instead, accept my gift of forgiveness, which washes away the stains of your past and grants you a clean slate. Walk in freedom, radiating joy and gratitude for the grace that now defines you, and let your heart sing with thanksgiving as you discover the power of a conscience made pure. Observe how the earth undergoes seasons, each marked by its own rhythms of growth, rest, and renewal, and understand that your life too passes through phases ordained for your development. There will be times of harvest, where you reap the fruits of your labor, and times of pruning, where uncomfortable changes refine your character and prepare you for greater fruitfulness. Do not be disheartened when you find yourself in a winter-like season, for I am at work beneath the surface, nurturing the seeds of promise. Trust that just as spring follows winter, a season of new beginnings awaits you, and I am the one orchestrating every shift. Your story is continuously unfolding in my hands, and I lovingly guide each chapter for your good. I see your thirst for guidance, and I remind you that I am the lamp to your feet and the light to your path, as revealed in the word I have given you. When perplexities arise and you are unsure of which direction to take, remember that I can grant you insight through prayerful reading of Scripture, through the counsel of trusted believers, and through the quiet prompting in your heart. Do not rush ahead of my timing, for I orchestrate moments with divine precision, ensuring you encounter the doors I have specifically opened for you. Instead of worrying, practice patience and watch how my plans unfold in ways that exceed your imagination. In everything, remember that I guide you gently, never forcing you, yet always ready to show you the way. Stand firm in the knowledge that I have equipped you with spiritual armor to confront the battles of life, from the fiery darts of discouragement to the subtle lies that undermine your worth. I offer truth as your belt, righteousness as your breastplate, faith as your shield, salvation as your helmet, and my word as the sword you wield against deception. Clothe yourself each day in my presence, for in me you find the strength to resist temptation and overcome adversity. Yet know that victory is not found in your own power, but in trusting my Spirit to fight on your behalf. Do not be overwhelmed by the challenges you face. Instead, remember that I have already defeated every foe through my ultimate sacrifice. Let your prayer be as natural as breathing, a constant flow of conversation between your heart and mine, for I delight in hearing the honest reflections of your spirit. Do not feel the need for grand words or lengthy orations. Even a whisper from your soul carries weight in my sight. Practice listening as well, for I speak in the stillness, offering direction, comfort, and revelation. My presence resides in every space where hearts turn toward me, whether that is within the walls of a cathedral or the quiet corners of your room. Approach me with sincerity and watch as I respond with a love that outlasts the heavens and transforms your every concern into an opportunity for my glory. In your times of celebration, acknowledge me with gratitude, for I am the source of every blessing, from the laughter of loved ones to the sparkle in your eyes when hope is renewed. Rejoice not merely in the gift, but in the giver, turning your praises upward to the one who knows you fully and bestows grace lavishly. Let your heart swell with wonder at the abundance of my favor, and remember to share that goodness with others who yearn for a taste of my kindness. Extend compassion, forgiveness, and generosity, just as I have done for you, and witness how the joy in your life multiplies. Keep your eyes fixed on me, and I will strengthen you to be a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs my warmth. Look ahead, my beloved, and envision the destiny I have laid out for you, a path not devoid of challenges, but infused with purpose, growth, and the promise of my unceasing companionship. These trials will not consume you, for I am the fire that refines without destroying, the guide who traverses every terrain with you. Take heart, for I have overcome the world, and I will empower you to rise above the limitations that once held you back. Treasure this moment, allowing your faith to soar, for you are cradled in my everlasting arms. As you move into the future, be assured that you do not walk alone, for I have claimed you as my own, and I will forever be by your side. My dear child, do not underestimate the power of hope that I have placed within your soul, for hope is a divine spark capable of igniting faith that moves mountains. Whenever you feel the weight of despair, remember that hope is a lifeline that draws you closer to my promises, reminding you of my unwavering goodness. Let this hope shine like a candle in the darkest corners of your heart, dispelling shadows of doubt and fear. Do not surrender to those voices that say nothing can change. Instead, cling to the assurance that I make all things new in my perfect timing. Rise each day with renewed optimism, for I delight in turning impossibilities into testimonies of my power. I also encourage you to tend carefully to the garden of your thoughts, for what you cultivate in your mind will determine the fruit you bear in your actions. Feed on my words, which are alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword, bringing clarity and discernment. Do not allow the weeds of negativity and falsehood to take root. Instead, uproot them through prayer and by replacing them with the truths I have spoken over you. A mind fixed on my love and my promises will overflow with gratitude and confidence, standing as a fortress against any lie that tries to shake you. Nurture your thoughts with kindness and understanding, both toward yourself and others, and watch as they blossom into deeds of compassion and grace. When the pressures of life mount and you feel cornered by obligations, remember that I am your ever-present helper, capable of bringing order out of chaos. Instead of wrestling with problems in your own strength, invite me into the details of your everyday decisions. I delight in guiding you, whether in matters as seemingly trivial as daily routines or as significant as life-altering choices. Seek my wisdom, and I will grant you clarity that transcends human logic, revealing paths that harmonize with your deepest calling. Do not carry burdens I never intended you to bear. Lay them at my feet, and find rest in the knowledge that I am orchestrating all things for your good. Be patient with yourself during seasons of growth, for I see the effort you invest in becoming the person I designed you to be. Just as a potter shapes clay, sometimes the molding process can feel uncomfortable or prolonged, but it is through these very trials that your character is refined. Allow yourself grace in the learning process, and do not rush what I am carefully bringing to fruition within you. Each lesson, each moment of self-discovery, and each obstacle overcome adds depth and substance to your faith. Rejoice in small victories, knowing they pave the way for greater triumphs, and trust that I, as the master potter, see the masterpiece I am crafting you to be. My child, keep in mind that I did not create you to live in isolation, buried under guilt and shame, but to stand in community, sharing your burdens and your joys. Reach out to fellow believers and to those who yearn for my love, but do not yet know how to find it. Extend your hands in friendship and compassion, recalling how I have poured out mercy upon you. In choosing to serve and uplift others, you become a channel of my grace, allowing them to experience the warmth of my heart through your acts of kindness. Let love be your hallmark, for love speaks louder than mere words, and it can soften the hardest hearts to receive my truth. At times you may wrestle with doubts about your faith, wondering if your questions indicate a lack of trust in me. Know that I welcome your genuine inquiries, for an honest question can be a stepping stone toward deeper understanding. I do not demand blind obedience, but invite you to come and reason together so that your faith may mature with wisdom. As you seek my answers, remain open to the subtle ways I might reveal truth, through the pages of Scripture, through the whispered encouragements of a friend, or through the stirring in your heart during quiet reflection. Embrace the journey of discovering who I am, and trust that every doubt surrendered to me can be transformed into a testimony of growing faith. In your moments of weakness, recall that my power is perfected in those very areas where you feel you fall short. When you cry out for help, you create space for my Spirit to move in ways that defy human explanation. Let go of the notion that you must appear strong at all times, for authenticity deepens your connection with me and with others. True strength is found not in self-reliance, but in recognizing that I stand ready to undergird you with my might. Let your vulnerability become a conduit for grace, both for yourself and for those who witness the ways I sustain you. You do not walk alone. My Spirit is ever present, upholding you with a love that never fails. Embrace the joy of my grace as a gift that surpasses your accomplishments and shortcomings alike. This grace is meant not only to bring peace to your heart, but also to overflow into every aspect of your life, affecting how you see yourself and how you interact with others. When you accept the full scope of my forgiveness, you are set free from the shackles of past regrets and from the fear of future failure. Let gratitude for this unearned favor transform your outlook, awakening you each morning to the promise of a new beginning. With grace as your foundation, step into each day eager to share the hope you have found, guiding souls toward the same liberating truth. Beloved, do not let your heart be troubled when you encounter setbacks or detours on your path, for I can work through them to bring about outcomes greater than you ever imagined. Sometimes, what appears to be a hindrance is actually a divine redirection, steering you away from harm or preparing you for blessings yet to unfold. Trust in my sovereignty, even when you cannot fully comprehend my plan, because I hold the tapestry of your life in my capable hands. Surrender your timeline to me and remember that my ways are higher, my thoughts infinitely more profound than yours. Be assured that in the end, all things will align for your good and my glory. As you move forward, never forget that I am the God who sees you, the one who understands every aspect of your journey and treasures you beyond measure. Carry within you the confidence that I will never abandon you to face trials alone, for my promise stands firm through every storm. If you ever feel your faith waver, recall the many times I have already demonstrated my provision and goodness in your life. Let those memories fuel your perseverance, anchoring you in the truth that I am faithful from beginning to end. Walk onward in the radiant assurance that I am not finished with your story, and I will guide you into the richness of the life I have prepared for you. My cherished one, as you navigate through the complexities of daily life, I invite you to keep your eyes on the eternal perspective that transcends the fleeting concerns of this world. Let the hope of everlasting fellowship with me inspire you to persevere when challenges threaten to derail your progress. Earthly achievements and possessions can offer momentary satisfaction, but true fulfillment is found in growing closer to my heart and reflecting my character in all you do. Rather than being swept away by the demands of the present age, stand firm in the knowledge that I am writing a far greater story for you. Cherish each day as an opportunity to invest in faith, love, and acts of kindness that have lasting significance. In moments of solitude, set aside time to engage with my word, for it is a lamp unto your feet and a source of abiding wisdom. Through its pages, I reveal my unchanging truth, reminding you of who I am and who I have called you to be. Let Scripture guide you, correcting any misconceptions you hold and filling your mind with divine perspective. Do not approach my word as a mere academic pursuit, but as a living dialogue with me, a chance to meditate on my promises and apply them to your life. As you immerse yourself in these truths, the light of understanding will shine on your path, and you will gain the clarity you need to discern my will. I see the longing in your heart to grow in righteousness, to reflect my holiness in both thought and action. Be encouraged that this transformation is not achieved by your own might, but through the sanctifying work of my Holy Spirit dwelling within you. When you stumble, do not lose heart, for my grace is sufficient to pick you up and set you on the right track again. Yield every part of yourself, body, mind, and soul, to my refining process, trusting that I shape you lovingly and patiently. As you surrender to my guidance, you will notice the fruits of the Spirit blossoming in your life, shining like a beacon of hope in a troubled world. Keep pressing on, and you will behold the beauty of a life steadily conformed to my image. Never forget that I am the God who heals, mending broken hearts and restoring what has been shattered by life's hardships or personal failures. When your spirit feels crushed by grief, disappointment, or betrayal, I invite you to pour out your pain before me in honest lament. There is no anguish too deep for me to understand, and no wound too profound for me to touch. I am the balm that soothes, the friend who weeps with you, and the physician who binds your wounds with tender mercy. Cling to me in your darkest hour, and I will lead you through the valley of mourning into the dawn of renewed hope. My child, do not fear the uncertainty of the future, for I have already gone before you, preparing each step and orchestrating every encounter that will lead you closer to your destiny. When you find yourself at a crossroad, seek my face, and I will show you the path of peace. It may not always be the path of least resistance, but it is the one I have ordained for your growth and ultimate good. Trust that I am more interested in cultivating your faith and character than in providing instant deliverance from every difficulty. Lean on my guidance and watch how I work all things together in a harmonious tapestry, weaving grace into every strand of your existence. Be wary of the tendency to compare your journey with that of others, for I have designed a unique calling and timeline for each of my children. Your worth is not determined by earthly standards, nor by the speed at which you reach certain milestones. Rather, it is anchored in the simple truth that you belong to me, a precious soul created for my glory. Celebrate your progress without envy, and rejoice in the victories of those around you, knowing that my blessings are inexhaustible. Resist the temptation to measure your value through comparisons, and instead, place your identity in the knowledge that you are deeply loved by the one who formed the heavens and the earth. When the voices of condemnation rise up, either from within or from those around you, silence them by recalling that you have been redeemed by a love stronger than death. The cross stands as an eternal reminder of my commitment to you, showing that there is no length I would not go to in order to bring you into my arms. Let no accusation hold you hostage, for my forgiveness has the final word, releasing you from every snare. Stand tall in the freedom I have granted, free from shame or guilt, and take comfort in knowing that my compassion overshadows every fault. Let the sacrifice of my Son be your confidence, affirming that you are cherished beyond measure. In the midst of a noisy world that clamors for your attention, learn the discipline of quieting your soul, choosing to listen for the gentle whispers of my Spirit. So often I speak in the still moments, when your heart is humble and your thoughts are turned toward me in reverence. As you practice solitude, you will discover that I am not distant or aloof, but intimately near, ready to fill your mind with clarity and your heart with peace. Do not be discouraged if it feels awkward at first. The practice of stillness takes time to cultivate, but the reward is a renewed awareness of my abiding presence. In these silent encounters, I will reveal my heart, guiding you with the wisdom and love that only I can provide. In your pursuits and endeavors, let a spirit of gratitude shape your attitude, even when circumstances seem less than ideal. Thanksgiving opens doors to my grace, shifting your focus from what you lack to the immeasurable blessings already bestowed upon you. Count your blessings regularly, recognizing how my hand has supported you in countless ways, from the miracle of each heartbeat to the relationships that brighten your days. A grateful heart is fertile ground for joy, for it allows you to see glimpses of my goodness woven into the fabric of daily life. As you adopt this posture of thankfulness, your perspective will expand, illuminating the many reasons you have to hope and believe in my unwavering care. Dearest child, let this day be an altar of remembrance, a moment when you pause to acknowledge my faithfulness throughout the chapters of your life. Reflect on how I have guided you, sustained you, and blessed you with gifts both seen and unseen, and let that reflection stir in you a song of praise. Share your testimony of my grace, for in doing so, you build up the faith of others while deepening your own conviction that I am indeed who I say I am. As you carry this testimony within you, rest assured that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, unchanging in my love, unwavering in my promises, and relentless in my pursuit of your heart. Beloved, I remind you that true greatness in my kingdom is found not in lofty positions or accolades, but in humble service. Allow compassion to guide your actions, seeking ways to uplift those who are burdened by sorrow or weighed down by life's demands. When you pour out kindness, you mirror my heart and extend a glimpse of my kingdom to those who need hope. Resist the urge to draw attention to your good deeds. Instead, let me see what is done in secret, and trust that I will reward you openly in my perfect timing. Through every humble act of love, you proclaim my nature to a world hungry for authentic compassion. Hold fast to the principle of sowing and reaping, for the seeds you plant today will determine the harvest you gather tomorrow. Whether you sow seeds of faith, encouragement, or perseverance, each one carries the potential to grow into a mighty testimony of my handiwork. Remember, it is not always immediate. Seasons of waiting often test the resilience of your hope. Yet I assure you that every seed watered by prayer and trust in me will eventually yield fruit in due season. Keep sowing with diligence, and you will reap a harvest that testifies to my faithfulness and the power of unwavering belief. In my kingdom, no act of love or kindness goes unnoticed or unrewarded. Whenever you face temptations or the allure of shortcuts, do not forget that I offer a path of integrity and honesty that leads to lasting peace. Turning away from deceptive practices or fleeting indulgences may feel difficult, but it spares you the turmoil that arises from compromising your values. Walk the straight path I have outlined, and you will find a clear conscience and a spirit unburdened by regrets. Though the world may entice you with promises of quick gratification, my promise stands firm. A life built on my righteousness endures every storm. Trust in my guidance, and you will find the strength to overcome even the most persistent temptations. I also wish for you to recognize the sacredness of the relationships I have entrusted to you, family, friends, and even strangers who cross your path. You are my instrument of reconciliation and healing in a world fractured by misunderstanding and conflict. Let your words be seasoned with grace, bringing unity where there is division and hope where there is despair. In this calling, do not grow weary of showing patience and forgiveness, for such acts reflect my own posture toward humanity. Indeed, as you love others with genuine affection, you become a living representation of my heart, capable of bringing light to the darkest corners of human experience. In times of transition, when old doors close and new ones stand uncertainly ajar, remember that I am the God who opens and shuts doors in perfect wisdom. Trust me to guide you in the right direction, even when you do not fully comprehend the reasons behind each transition. A closed door might be my way of protecting you from a path that would hinder your growth, while an open door might invite you into uncharted territory where your faith can flourish. Seek my discernment at every junction, and never assume a door is closed forever. My timing is often different from yours. Keep your heart teachable, and you will find my footprints leading you into blessings you never anticipated. Child, I see the tears you shed over loved ones who have yet to embrace my love or who struggle with battles you cannot fully understand. Do not lose hope or cease praying for them, for I am able to penetrate the hardest of hearts and mend the deepest wounds. Your intercession matters to me, standing as a vital link in the chain of salvation and deliverance. Entrust their souls to my care, knowing that I am the good shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one who is lost. Keep praying, keep believing, and rest in the assurance that I am intimately involved in their stories, working in ways you cannot see. Remember that every morning is a symbol of my renewed mercies, an opportunity for you to cast off yesterday's burdens and approach the day with fresh faith. Greet the sunrise with anticipation, for I have already walked ahead of you, preparing blessings and encounters that will shape your destiny. Let gratitude frame your outlook, turning even the most mundane tasks into acts of worship. I delight in the trust you show when you greet each day as a gift, for it reflects your confidence that I am in control of all things. Release every lingering doubt or regret, and allow my new mercies to fuel your journey, energizing you to press on toward the promises I have spoken over you. Though you reside in a world fraught with conflicts and uncertainties, take heart that I have overcome the world, offering you peace that transcends human understanding. This peace is not the absence of turmoil, but the serene confidence that arises from knowing I am with you in every circumstance. When turmoil abounds, let your soul rest in my assurance that nothing can separate you from my love. Not war, nor disaster, nor any force of darkness. As you anchor your hope in this truth, you will discover a stillness that remains unshaken by the winds of upheaval. Stand firm in faith, and let the world witness the calm that radiates from a heart fully surrendered to me. Nurture the gift of creativity I have breathed into you, whether it manifests in art, music, writing, problem-solving, or any expression of your unique perspective. Your creativity is an extension of my image in you, reflecting the boundless imagination of the Creator who fashioned the universe from nothing. Embrace the joy of bringing beauty and innovation into this world, for through your creative pursuits, you mirror my nature and bring glory to my name. Do not be afraid to explore, experiment, and even fail, for it is through this process that your talents are refined. Offer your creations back to me as a form of worship, trusting that I will use them to inspire and bless others. Finally, my child, never underestimate the majesty and wonder of my presence, which envelops you every moment of your life. Even when you feel overwhelmed or unworthy, pause to remember that I am here, ever willing to guide, restore, and empower you. In my presence, doubts fade and fears dissolve, replaced by a reverent awe for the God of all creation who chooses to dwell among his people. Run to me, draw near, and let your heart reverberate with worship, for I inhabit the praises of my children. Let me be your first thought in the morning and your final reflection at night, as you rest secure in the knowledge that you belong forever to the one who holds all things together. My beloved child, as we draw near the close of this message, let me reaffirm the steadfast and boundless nature of my love for you, a love that does not falter with time or diminish with your perceived failures. I have fashioned your heart to receive this love, to flourish in its warmth, and to mirror it to those around you. Know that no distance is too great, no sorrow too profound, and no mistake too dire to separate you from the affection I lavish upon you daily. I invite you to lean into my unchanging embrace, letting my love be your compass and your comfort, especially in moments when hope feels distant. Take courage in knowing that my heart beats for you endlessly, and nothing can ever extinguish that flame of divine devotion. I bless you and your family, your household, your friendships, and every endeavor you set out to accomplish in faith. May my peace flood your mind, displacing every worry and every fear that seeks to disrupt your joy. May your home be a sanctuary of my presence, filled with prayers that rise like sweet incense, and with the echoes of laughter rooted in the assurance that you are shielded by the Almighty. I pray your days be long and fruitful, your nights restful and secure, and your steps ever guided by the gentle nudges of my Spirit. As you interact with loved ones and strangers alike, let my favor reflect in your words and actions, so others may catch a glimpse of heaven's kindness in you. Walk forward in my peace, carrying the certainty that I watch over you as a shepherd watches over his cherished flock. Even when you encounter valleys shadowed by uncertainty or scaled by towering obstacles, trust that my rod and staff are there to bring comfort and direction. My guidance is not confined to specific hours or places. It permeates every second of your life, an ever-present help that undergirds you when you feel unsteady. Let your soul breathe freely in the knowledge that my watchful eye never leaves you, and my arms remain open to gather you in safety whenever fear attempts to overwhelm your resolve. As you journey on, remember that you do not wander alone. I lead you through wilderness and meadow alike, ensuring that each step draws you closer to the fullness of my promise. Set your eyes on the future that brims with the hope I have intentionally designed for you, a future where blessings exceed expectations and breakthroughs manifest in ways beyond your imagination. Although trials may still appear, you will navigate them with a confidence rooted in my unwavering assurances. Take each challenge as an invitation to witness my power at work, for I specialize in transforming stumbling blocks into stepping stones of faith. Let your dreams align with my will, trusting that I shall open doors in response to your prayers, orchestrating coincidences that point unmistakably to my handiwork. Stand firm and proclaim boldly that the best is yet to come, for I am the God who speaks into the void and creates wonders from the dust. And so, dear one, as you hold tightly to my promises, be filled with the unshakable belief that I am bringing your story to a glorious fruition. Anticipate my goodness, for I delight in showing myself strong on behalf of those who trust in me. I have prepared a path of triumph, a season of growth, and a harvest of blessings, tailored to the unique design I have stamped upon your life. Let your faith arise, let your heart find rest, and let your soul sing of my loving kindness. The journey ahead is marked by new mercies, tender care, and countless opportunities to witness my hand at work in both the grand and the mundane. Cast your cares upon me and embrace the truth that I am able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or think. Now I bid you hold fast to the hope I have given, for no moment is wasted in my grand tapestry, and your prayers are threads of gold weaving promise into your future. With each breath, remember that I am nearer than your next heartbeat, ready to speak solace into your restlessness and victory into your battles. Let your faith be unwavering, your love for others be genuine, and your mind ever open to the gentle guidance of my Spirit. Move forth, precious child, with courage and humility, always recalling my parting assurance. You are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love. Indeed, the very best is yet to come.